2014 when you catch us with your album, at least for now. It's almost been 10 years now, but in reality, music has been with you for much longer time. Can you describe this 10 years since your debut album and your worldwide public appearance?
Well, it's been a roller coaster, but it's been very steady. I think due to my experience in life, I didn't become arrogant, or I've always stayed humble and think about how I can express myself more. So that's what I've been doing, been writing and doing some other artistic activities to keep me not too bored of life.
I remember you mentioning a few years ago that you always carried a recorder with you. Do you still have that habit to start recording things, ideas from your mind to record?
Yeah, I still do all the time. The best time to get inspired is when I'm walking. So
okay.
It's the key.
We often talk about concepts. How an album has this or that concept from a musician's and creator's point of view. Is a concept a mechanism to kickstart things, to bring order to the ideas in your mind?
Sorry, can you ask that question again?
I am asking about the concept. The concept. If the concept is like a mechanism to kickstart things, to bring order to your ideas, musical ideas.
Well, there are no rules. It's just principles. You have principles that you go by, and that can't be broken. But in the principles, you're free. To create. I think if we become too conscious about creativity, I think something dies inside.
Something dies.
Yeah. You're too conscious about how you create things. It no more becomes as natural as it flows. You have to allow spontaneity. You have to allow improvisation. You have to allow nature to naturally do its thing. And then you as a human, I think you kind of have to just mold it through your experiences and your life. I think that's what I think about these things.
The piano always your companion, but in your new album, and I have been the new album, it seems to me that there's a substance within. Is love the central theme of this album?
Well, I would say so, yes. It's quite hard to write about love, see. I mean true love, not a commercial true love. And for me, it's always been something that I've found very hard to talk about because of how I was brought up and what I understand concerning love. If I know something, I'll talk about it. If I don't, I don't. So this is it's in two parts. The first one is out now, and hopefully the next one will be out soon.
Was it difficult to protect this new album from the impact of COVID, from the view of all to us being stuck and in this world, even within your family? How were your days of confinement?
Well, honestly, I'm a natural lonely guy. So it didn't really made a huge impact for me personally. because, people stayed in their houses. Okay, well, I've been doing that for a long time.
Yeah.
In terms of food, you can cook. I can cook my own food. Sports, I have some running machines around. I can run around the house, whatever. It's just I'm actually glad people went through. Not people who got sick of COVID, but rather people, the other side, the pros of being in a confinement. I think that's understated. I think we all, most of the time, I think we need to just sit down,
and
just
be
sit
quiet
down.
and shut down. I think the same.
Yeah.
Even my work is talking with someone. I think we missed the shutdown mode. Yeah.
Yeah. Just be quiet and just listen to silence. Silence is a gift. It's free, but people don't. That's why people don't want it, because it's free.
Yeah. Sometimes does love seems like a great contradiction in this world filled with war and greed. Listening, for example, the last movement of Hope, there's a beauty that carries the I don't know, the weight of so much going wrong in this place. I don't know. The war, for example, the war in Europe, in Ukraine, it's like a great contradiction of everything.
What do you mean?
What you feel about you are creating this love manifest, like a love manifest in this album, and it seems something wrong with these times, with war, with no.
I don't think that. I don't think that I don't think love has anything to do with war or with. It's a business. It's not a.
The war is a business.
Yeah, it's a business. It's not something to. It's like talking about Apple Music. It's like talking about iPhone or laptop, or it's a company. So it's not.
I understand you. Talking about Apple Music is not talking about music, for example.
Yeah. It's war is a company, so it's not really something that I make. I don't make music for that or concern. Not anymore. Actually, as we grow, we start to learn more. We study more. I suppose we get wiser. And then you realize certain things, and then you just have to choose your battle wisely. So for me with music, music is just to first of all give me where the song "The Last Movement of Hope." I wrote that in Paris. Actually, it's a long time ago. I wrote the song in Paris in my days of homelessness, and it was actually about a guy I had befriended in Paris, and I heard that he had died.
No.
So, and I had stories about him getting poked in the eye. So right before he died, he was blind because they put a pin in his eyes.
Oh, damn.
So for me, it's like, okay, so in Paris, I just thought about, what he, before he died, like what he did, like a couple of minutes before he died, like to be blind all of a sudden and walk into, nowhere, That's like, it's like a movement, but in the end, when I play the song and I do something like what's it called? So yeah. When I do that, and then I come. So this last note, that last note is not on the back to the natural note, which is this. It's actually, so it's like and it's right between, it's between the note, it's right between this note, the main note, and this note. This note is what I use to change the movement to I'm using like, I intentionally use some theoretical things to kind of paint a picture that I see every time I think about him. Do you understand? And there's a movement of going back. It's like going back and forth. What is he going to do? What did he do? What did he say before his last? What happened to him? The last words. So it's got nothing to do with war. It's just a matter of personal experience. And of course, people can use my music to feel a sense of perhaps hopefulness and hope that things get better in their life personally. But it's nothing for politicians to worry about.
Should an album be a narration of the time in which it is born, or do you believe that music is something higher than the boundaries of the time?
Music is not to be played with. Music is the god of all gods, and really, even like music is more than nothing. Like music is like, for me, there's nothing, okay, and then there's God, and then there's the universe, and then there's human, right? For me, before nothing, there's music.
Great definition. For many years, I've heard you speak of uniqueness, of individuality. Where does that process of education in this world begin? What is your idea about that? This uniqueness feeling in the humankind.
We're all unique.
Yeah.
We're all. It's not a theory. It's a fact. Right? Yeah. We're all unique. We all have something in us. We just have to just tap into it. We just have to just look into ourselves and just bring it out if we want, or if we choose not. Some people just choose not to. Some people just choose to just eat, sleep until they die. That's okay too. That's also fine. But we all have something special. We all do, and it's most of the time we don't really have to show it to anyone because the universe is just vast. We're like, it would be stupid for me to think that, you know, I or you or somebody else is not original. Even when people make things even when you copy things, it can still, you'll find a way to make it original.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, you know, it's not the other way around. You don't, people tend to think that we're inspired by this. We're inspired by this. No, we actually inspire. We actually inspire those people before us. So the other really situation. So,
your yeah.
Go on. Go ahead.
Sorry. Your new album had its first appearance through an Instagram live session by you. Was it spontaneous, or did you want in some way to give to your followers, your audience, with the final result of what you had been working on?
Well, yeah, the problem is that that was a mistake. I shouldn't have done that.
Really?
Because some idiots put it on YouTube, and
yeah, I know. I saw that.
Yeah.
Some guy recorded that.
Yeah, ridiculous. That's the problem with these people. They just take their phone and start recording. You know, this is something that I give to my fans. Like one thing, and that's it. You know, it's done. You know, but he decided to record it and put on his YouTube, so that he has a, you know, but I'll get it taken off.
Whatever. Bad guy. What is your relationship with social media like? In general, you know, of course.
It's just part of our lives now. You know, this is, you know, we talk about AI and all these things. Look, the thing is that we're humans, right? We've been here for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. Nothing's going to stop us, you know. So unless Earth decides to rinse us out, like what they did in Egypt, you know, unless we naturally kill all ourselves, nothing will really stop us, you know. So Instagram, all that stuff. Those who are intelligent enough will know the pros and cons, you know, of everything, and they'll adjust to the situation. Other people, maybe not, but I'm not the one to judge.
Yeah, I know. Recently, you appeared, and very well, in the movie Dune. How was the short but very exciting adventure in cinema? And how did that opportunity come to you?
Well, I was in my home in California, and my American music agent, he just gave me he told me that there's an opportunity for like an audition for role in Dune. I didn't actually know Dune. I didn't know the story yet. I first I was like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not an actor. You know, whatever.
But you have formation or something like that? You study for acting? No. Whoa, you are so good.
So then I said, you know what? My wife advised me. Said, just go and do it. You know, we're not doing anything over, so why not? So I went to the casting director, and Francine Maisler, and then I did the audition, and they said that it was great acting, but the character wasn't for me. Well, okay. But because I never dreamt of being an actor or whatever, I was like, okay, cool. Okay, well, I don't know these things. So I was like, okay, cool. Well, thank you for showing interest in whatever you wanted me to do. So I went home, and my family and I we came back to England because I had some shows. So we came back to England, and then Denis Villeneuve, the director, he called me and said, Benjamin, I've got a character for you. Come down, and he gave me the script, and then I went in. Yeah.
Oh, it's crazy story. Speaking of the early idea, the recorder that accompanies you every time, the world has been your home during your tours, for example. Do sounds of the world fit into your recorder? The voices, other languages, the sound of a restaurant in Lisbon, the metro in Berlin, the square in Turkey. I don't know. You try to record some ambience on those places, different places?
No, I don't.
No, just you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I walk around with a hat or whatever, and just whatever comes to mind, But of course, behind my voice, there's like always someone talking, or wherever I am, there's always someone. There's always someone who doesn't know me.
Yeah.
So all my music. So it's great. It's a great thing.
Some time ago, I heard you talk about your favorite writer, I guess William Blake. And I wondered, how much longer will you have to wait to read Benjamin Clementine's first book? I'm so curious about that.
I realized that I have a different mission.
Okay. Are they separate entities for you? Music and literature, for example? They are different?
They can exist in the same place, but literature is far more. I think music is easier to drink, but literature is once you eat literature, I think it's hard to get it out of the mind.
Yeah.
So I think overall, literature is, for me, is strongest. So my mission, my life mission is really in the arts, but it's mainly literature, but not the kind of literature that I thought. Not the kind of literature I grew up reading. I think those readings and those books were to prepare me for my biggest task, that is to come. So I have got some books and some ideas written down. But now they're in the place where I'm writing them not for the audience I wanted to write for anymore, but rather a different audience. And I think that audience that I'm writing for needs it more than the audience I wanted to write for. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. Have you been shown poetry by our Fernando Pessoa, our poet from Portugal? Have you ever heard about?
Yeah, there's one guy that I've forgotten now, but
that's a book of disquiet. Yeah.
What?
The book of disquiet. It's yeah.
When I came,
yeah.
Yeah, when I came to Portugal, people were so Portugal is crazy. Amazed by the love Portugal gives me. It's incredible. So they gave me a lot of things, and one of the things that I got was the book, but it's in Portuguese, and I can't really speak Portuguese, so So I think I spent a couple of weeks at the book, then I just went back to doing my mission. But I what I'm doing is gonna take it's gonna take at least 20 years.
Whoa.
So yeah. So it's just a whole, and Portugal could possibly help me, because I need to look at the history of Portugal and how they affected the part of literature that I want to give to my certain audience.
Speaking of the world, there's a serious case of love from Portugal towards you, and I believe you feel the same about us. What memories do you hold from your debut here in Portugal?
I just love, just love. It's like Portugal is like love at first sight. It's really like when I played the first time I played there. I remember it was super bulk.
Yeah, I remember that. 2015. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Super Box, Super Rock, the festival. Yeah.
Festival.
Yeah.
It was incredible. I was shocked. I was really shocked and confused a little bit, because I was singing in English,
Yeah.
Everyone was speaking Portuguese, and it was nice. But then when I started singing and they were going crazy, and so, okay, this is quite odd. I expected them to be okay. I expected them to be friendly, but not this enthusiastic, because normally they're enthusiastic, but you can tell that it's sometimes a bit fake,
Yeah.
But in Portugal, it just felt very genuine, and it's just been consistent. It's been consistent every time I've been to Portugal or I've said anything about Portugal. It's just love. It's not. I don't have any preconceived notions about. I know some Portuguese history. I know some bad things in Portuguese history, but that's not. That is history has both good and bad. And you just ought to take the great things and just spread them. So I just love everything about Portugal. I love.
And you do recently do you visit the smaller cities, and you have been trip to the Azores archipelago. I remember that the island, the Azores. Yeah.
It's it's just it's always been lovely. It's always been it's been really great. It's my favorite place to play. My favorite place to play is Portugal, because it just feels like I don't have to be something else.
Yeah.
I don't have to be. I just have to, which I am. I am that, but it's just like Portugal makes me even more this makes me embrace myself even more. It makes me feel that there's no need to be ashamed of vulnerability. There's no need to be ashamed of just being raw with my piano. Sometimes when I go on stage, I want so many musicians on stage, but in Portugal, I know that if I go there with just my piano, they're going to appreciate my music, and that's just it's a blessing, I'm looking forward to. I hope the day will come that I only play in Portugal.